So before Upwork, before I started my own agency, I used to do a lot of gig work like Instacart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, stuff like that. And I did that every day. And a lot of my friends would tell me like, why don't you just get a job, like a 9 to 5 job? You're working all these hours doing this every day. You're better off just getting a job. Like you'll get paid more. The pay is more consistent. And I remember I told all of them, I would rather, do what I do and make 35 grand a year than work a 9 to 5 sitting in some office and get paid 100 grand a year. And like when I told them that, they all said like, "Oh, you're crazy, you're insane." Maybe, I don't, maybe. All right, in this video, I wanted to take a couple steps back and kind of just tell people my story of what happened to me after I turned 18 and what my mindset was like back then, which kind of got me to start my entrepreneurial journey, um, which I guess led me to where I am now. But long story short, it's pretty much I can't work a 9 to 5. So for me, I didn't know what to do after I graduated high school. Like I barely graduated high school. I had bad grades. I couldn't get into any of the colleges that I applied to. And at the very last second, I had to join like a community college. And my mom told me that if I can just find a way to graduate college, she could get me a job working at a bank as a bank teller. Like she knew someone in the banking industry, and she told me she can get a job there if I can just graduate college. So my plan was like, okay, my goal is to just go to this community college, study really hard, transfer to like a university or a Cal State, graduate there, and then after I graduate, I'm gonna work at a bank for the rest of my life. And then I thought about it, work at a bank for the rest of my life. Like something about that just sounded kind of depressing and sad. Like I'm not bashing it. By the way, I'm not bashing anybody who works a 9 to 5 or who works at a bank. It's actually the opposite. Like I have so much respect for people who can do this because I can't. Like I physically can't do it. Like the more I thought about it, the more I thought about like how this was going to be my life, like the more I started to panic. This is going to be my life. This is going to be what I do for the rest of my life as a bank teller sitting in front of a desk, typing in numbers, doing the same thing every single day. So from the very beginning, like something just didn't sit right with me. And I used to work at a part-time as a part-time cashier at this one cafe. And I still remember to this day, like vividly. But there was one day where I got home from working a full shift, a full day shift on a Friday. It was 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I was working from opening to close that day. It was a full day, and I was dead tired. And I remember like I got home, and that Friday was the day where I received my paycheck. So it was a 2 week paycheck. It was like $450, I think. And I remember like I was excited. Like I was dead tired, but I was looking at my paycheck of $450, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to spend this. And then I was like thinking of all the different things that I can buy, whatever. Like I was lying in bed, dead tired, sleepy, tired, and just thinking about like with my eyes closed, like what I would do with this money. Like I was holding the check, lying in bed like this, because to me that was a lot of money. But once I got past that phase of, thinking about what I can buy, I started to go a little further and start thinking about like, okay, I'm making $450 every 2 weeks working at this part-time job. That's $900 a month, right? And I was only working like 3 days a week, I think, at the time. So I was like, okay, if I can ask for another work day per week, I can probably up this to $1,000 instead of $900 a month. So $1,000 a month for a broke high school student who just graduated, like that's a lot. So I was like, okay, let me do this for an entire year, $1,000 a month. Let me save every penny. And I started to get like motivated. I was like, let me start to think of all the things that I can buy with $12,000. So I went from thinking of about what I can buy with $450 to like, let me work for an entire year, make $12,000. Okay, now I'm thinking about what I can buy with $12,000. So I was excited. But the more I actually thought about it, like the longer I was lying in bed just thinking about how I was going to spend the $12,000, the more confused I got. Because I was like, sure, $12,000 is a lot of money, but there's not a lot that I would want to buy, first of all. And also, I'm working an entire year, taking drinks, taking people's orders, making drinks, sorry, and taking people's orders. Like, I'm already this tired from working one day. Like, can I even do this? Like, is this worth $12,000? And then I started to think about like how people are actually making like a full-time living, making all this money. And then I thought about it. I was like, okay, jobs, that makes a lot more sense. Like, I'm working at a minimum wage. I'm working a minimum wage job at a cafe. Like a 9 to 5 office job is different. Okay, these people are making 40,000 to 80,000 a year. Some high paying jobs, higher paying jobs like doctors, lawyers, they're making hundreds, $100,000 a year, and that's a successful job. That's a successful life. And I was like, okay, now I get it. So I need to go. My goal should be to aim for these types of jobs, like these 9 to 5 jobs. That should be my goal. So then I started to think about what my life would look like once I start working a 9 to 5, like an office job, like just sitting in front of a desk, typing in numbers, filing paperwork, just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I was like, I don't want to work in an office. Like, it's already this stressful working at a cafe, and all I'm doing is just taking people's orders and making drinks, and I'm already this stressed. Like, imagine a full time job. You're telling me that I have to spend 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, doing the same thing over and over again, working for a company that doesn't care about me. And honestly, like, I don't care about the company either. Um, but you're telling me I have to do this for the rest of my life? Like, is this really the only way to make a living, to make money? Like, is this the only path that's available? And this was when like my confusion level started to reach like its peak, and my confusion slowly started to turn into anger. Like, I was like, wait a minute, how are there millionaires in the world? Like, I understand celebrities, I understand athletes, and these musicians, these professionals, like those people are making millions of dollars. Like, cool, I understand, like all these actors, these world level athletes, whatever. Cool, I'm not talking about them. But I was like, celebrities aren't the only millionaires in the world. There has to be other people that I don't know about, these normal people that have millions of dollars, that have all this money. Like, how are they doing it? Do they have like a job? Do they have one of those successful $100,000 a year jobs? So I was like, okay, maybe this should be my goal, because for me, I needed a goal. Like, I needed to know what path to take. So I was like, okay, I work really hard, and then I get one of those $100,000 jobs. So let's assume that I somehow found a way to live for free. I don't pay rent. I eat for free. I drive to work for free. I don't spend any money on clothes, on insurance, nothing. I have no bills whatsoever. And then on top of that, let's assume that I somehow found a way to avoid taxes. Like, I found a cheat code or a hack. The government can't catch me. Somehow, the entire $100,000 a year that I make, the salary that I make, I keep all of it for myself. I don't have a single expense, and I save, and I somehow find a way to save every penny. It will still take me 10 years to reach 1 million. 10 years of slaving away, working at a job I hate, because I know I'm going to hate it, saving every single penny, not paying a dime in taxes, working at this supposedly successful top tier job. 10 years of that, and I have 1 million. There are multi-millionaires out there somewhere, billionaires. Like, I'm not even going to get into that because I couldn't even fathom, that wasn't even a thought that went into my head. I couldn't fathom it at that point. But there are multi-million millionaires out there, these normal people. Like, let that sit. Like, I don't know about you, but that made me so angry. Like, I got up from my bed. Like, keep in mind, I was dead tired. Like, I just came back from working a 12-hour shift. I was lying in bed, eyes closed, ready to sleep. But as soon as that thought came into my head, like I just couldn't sleep. Like I got up from my bed and got in front of my computer and I started to type like all the ways to make money, how people are making money in their sleep, how millionaires become millionaires. Like I was so angry and upset at the fact that my entire life I was told that I need to be striving for this 9 to 5. That the whole purpose of me going to school, going through all these things that I went through, learning all these things, whatever, to reach the pinnacle of life, to have a successful life, I need to work towards this 9 to 5. This should be my goal. And then there are people out there making millions of dollars, and these guys don't work a 9 to 5. Like, there's no way. Like, I wanted to know what they were doing. Like, I didn't sleep for 2 days. 2 days. I was just in front of my computer, angry researching. Like, I've never done anything like this in my entire life. Have you ever angry researched before? Like, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're looking for, you're just upset and you need to know. So you just research. Like, you don't care about anything. You're hungry. You have people calling you. You don't care. I need to find an answer to this. I'm going to find it. So why am I mentioning this story? It's because if there's one thing that I learned over the past couple months posting on YouTube, it's that there are a lot more people like me than I actually thought. People who think like me, people who go through similar thoughts and similar situations. Like, I'm just a normal guy with extravagant thoughts. There are other normal people out there who have the same thoughts that I have, but before they get into it or before they actually do anything and take some action, they were told by someone else or they tell themselves that it's not possible. It's possible. Like, it's real. Like, I'm sitting here now telling you that it's real. Find the right people you trust. Obviously be careful, but find these people, like whether it's me or somebody else, and learn from them. Like, implement their strategies, and you can change your life. You can change your life. You can make money online. Don't listen to anybody else that tells you any different. And another thing that I realized, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes for you to start. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes for you to start. Like, whatever it is. Like, I'm not saying, to quit your job or anything like that, but like, what do you want? What is it that you want in this life? And what are you currently doing to get there? So it turns out I'm actually pretty close to monetizing my videos and putting ads or getting paid for ads or whatever. And I never planned on turning this on because I don't want ads on my videos. But it turns out because I watched one of my videos on a separate account, and I got ads on it. So it turns out there's already ads on my videos, and I didn't know that. Like, I thought I had to turn this on for there to be ads, but apparently not. So I wanted to ask, like, because I don't want to get paid for this. Like, I don't want it. Like, I don't want it. So I just planned on turning this off. But I don't know if, like, I turn it off, there's going to be less ads, or if I turn it on, there's going to be more ads. Like, I don't know how this works. So I wanted to ask, would you rather have me keep this off and then maybe I guess there's going to be less ads? Like, I don't know how it works. Or do you want me to turn this on, when I become eligible for it so that I get paid for the ads, but then like I give it back to you guys? So like whatever money I make by the end of the month, I'll take a screenshot, show it to you guys, and then I'll give it away to like someone who comments or who's a subscriber, whatever. Because I don't want it. Like, I don't want this. But I thought it'd be a cool way to kind of give back to you guys. So yeah, let me know what you think. I didn't know like there were ads on my videos, so that's weird. Like, it's probably not going to be a lot anyways, but I wanted to ask in case you guys are interested, because I don't want this. I never planned on turning this on, but I didn't know there were ads on my videos already, so I might as well like get paid for it and then I guess give it back to you guys or donate it or do something. So let me know.